What's up? So, installing some Braum racing seats. Kind of a little bit late because I already started taking things apart. So, disconnected the battery. Took the seats apart, which they're not very hard. All you'll have is these two plugs right here that are really simple to get. Little yellow plug, and then a gray one. The yellow one is the one that you'll have to put a resistor in to prevent your airbag light from coming on. But I've been waiting on that to come in the mail, but I was kind of a little bit too excited, so I decided to put the seats in anyway without it, and then I'll just put it in later at another time. But you need a 2 ohm half-watt resistor. That's what you're going to need to put in there. Anyway, that's what I read online, so I'll make sure. But you just have your 2 bolts. 2 bolts. Sorry for the lighting. I don't really have good light in here. But 2 bolts, 2 nuts. Take the whole seat off. It's the same thing for the passenger side. And this is what the seat will look like. This is your driver's side. I already took all the wiring off of it. And then your seat belt bracket goes right there. But with the installation kit, it did not include, or didn't come with, a bolt to attach your seat belt, or your nut to attach the seat bolt to. So what I did, so that's your seat belt bolt. There's the nut. I found out that the nut that is right on the side of the seat, that's right with the seat belt. So that right there. So your seat belt attaches right there. If you take that nut off, it fits right onto the bolt and there's no issues whatsoever. Passenger side was a little bit more of a pain because you have there's a little pressure plate that sits in there, and that's what gets your airbag light for the passenger side. But what I did to make it easy to get it off was there's these 3 springs that just clip on right in there. So there's that hole there, and then there's that one there, and then yeah, it makes it easy. That just clips in over here. You just take those off, and then I had my roommate help me wiggling it out. But this is what that looks like when you finally get the whole thing off. It's just this. I think I just put it under the new seat, which I have yet to do, which I'm gonna start. I would open the garage, but for some better light, but sadly there's a blizzard going on outside, so that's not really a good idea. But I'm gonna take these seats inside. I'm gonna do some weighing. I'm gonna weigh them to see how much the new seats are compared to factory seats. Kind of curious to know. Yeah, I'll be back with an update. And here's a little update after I took a break. And there's my little baby. This is Hans and Coda. And my wife hiding. Poke. Anyway. So here's a little update. Finished the driver's side seat. It's not too bad. Just make sure when you put the rails on, you'll see, if I can do this with one hand. Cool. So when you put the rails on, I was looking online. So you see these little ridgets. The ridgets go towards the seat. So you'll have the actual rail and then like the big flat part on the bottom. That flat part goes against the seat itself. Put in the seat belt. This is kind of what it does, because the factory one has a little clip that holds that into place. I can probably take some of the washers out to maybe make it a little bit tighter, but I'm gonna see how it is, and then I mean, it doesn't really bother me that much. So that's the rails. They slide and everything. These are kind of a pain to put in. there's a nut that goes on the back of it. So what I found was recline the seat up or down depending on if you're doing the front or the rear, and I just used just a little wrench, 13 mil wrench, but I was only able to fit this part in, so you kind of hold it in like that, and then I have attachment for my socket for the Torx bit to torque it down. There's no instructions that came with it. The most pain in the butt part, probably took the longest, was putting this thing in. So this is your seat receiver, so it senses whenever there's a passenger in your passenger seat, so it presses in, it compresses against it, if you can see it moving. And what that does is it tells your ECU that there's someone in the passenger seat, so it turns the airbag on. Hopefully it works. It is a pain in the butt to get in. I found that if you put this in first, this is the sensor that attaches. So have the whole thing off, put the sensor through this first, then slowly feed it in. It goes in, it takes a little bit. It probably took me, I don't know, 40 minutes or so to actually get this damn thing in. It was a pain in the butt. But next part is just the rest of the rails, seat bracket, and then the rest of the sensors and stuff. Yeah, so I'll be back here pretty soon when that's complete, and hopefully shouldn't take me too much longer, but we'll have an update for you. Okay, so I got the seat all put together. This is the passenger side, all these wires and crap. I have zip ties in the garage, so I'll just zip tie it up somewhere once I see how they slide back and forth. Same as that one, it's not very difficult. I did weigh the seats, so I had the stock one with all the stuff on it, and it weighed, and that's the driver's side. So the driver's side is actually a little bit heavier than the passenger, because the driver's side has all these extra springs and stuff for pushing the seat up and pushing it down, so this one was actually heavier. So that seat weighs 53.6 pounds, so that's the factory seat. And a Braum seat, brackets, everything included on it is 39.6 pounds. So it's quite a significant difference. You definitely feel it when you pick it up. It's a lot lighter. Yeah, next step is putting the seats in, so hopefully that's real smooth. It's only the 4 bolts and then a couple clips that go in. Like I said earlier, the yellow plug is your seatbelt light, so I'll have a seatbelt light that comes on until my resistors come in the mail. I just ordered them from Amazon because I couldn't find them anywhere else. But yeah, we'll have an update here soon. So final update, that's my wife's car. Anyway, so the seats are in. They look awesome. Don't know if you can see it, but I went with the blue stitching. Pretty easy, just the 4 bolts. They're right there. Can't really see, but yeah, there's only one little thing about them, I guess, to be prepared of. So I'm 5'7", and you sit a little bit lower, just a tiny bit. Like, I don't know, I've seen some people put like spacers in between the brackets and the rails, and it just moves you up just a little bit. But I think I don't know, I think I could just get used to it and then it wouldn't really be an issue. Yeah, they look incredible, much better than the factory cloth. Very nice leather, good upholstering, a lot of support, plenty of grip. But yeah, they're very, very, very nice seats. I really like them. And this little carbon fiber backing looks really good. It's definitely pretty. Alright, and I'll start her up here in a minute. I gotta put the tune back through since I unplugged the battery and everything, so I'll turn her on here shortly. She's all tuned and turned her on. She's all good and healthy, thankfully. Yeah, always sputters for the first time I retune her, but yeah. So seats, Braum Racing, very good, very good. A lot better than those. Those ones suck. But yeah, probably my favorite mod now on the car, besides, you know, steering wheel, which was a good investment, but other way. Yeah, so anyone with an S197, or honestly, I kind of like them a little bit better than the ones that come in the S550. So the ones in my wife's. Kind of similar, but the cloth and everything, these are still really, really nice. But I see a lot of S550 owners putting in the Braum Racings, and I don't blame them. I like them. Curious to see how they are when I actually get to drive out on the road. I'm not gonna drive her out in this. Nah, not good. But yeah, definitely a very good investment for anyone that doesn't like the factory seats and wants to make a huge change. And I mean, for the price that I paid, I mean, I don't know, it's worth it in my opinion. But that's me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry I wasn't too informative. I've never done it before, so, but yeah, catch you guys later.